Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Regarding Islamic worship rituals, the misconception I'd like to bring into discussion today relates to the head covering of men during the prayer. People often think that covering the head during the prayer is essential for the prayer. It is an essential requirement for the prayer. Even the announcement by our imams before they start the prayer, the way they vehemently make this announcement, it becomes the message they give is very clear, and people receive this message as if head covering by men is absolutely essential for the prayer. Now, it needs to be understood that there is not a single directive of the Prophet handed down to us in any narrative which binds us in any way to cover heads when we pray. Muslim men are in no way bound to cover their heads while they pray. People have generally considered this or incorporated this directive in religion by simply observing the apparel and the dress of the Prophet. Now, the Prophet himself would, of course, wear a turban, and he would, in line with the culture of the Arab society, would wear the apparel and dress of the Arab people. But of course, in no way did he made it mandatory upon us to make the head covering as a requirement to pray. The Prophet's own habits, his own dress, his own apparel, of course, spring from the culture in which he lived in. And if we try to follow him or to copy him, of course, it's our own discretion. No one can stop us. But to make his dress or the way he dressed up or the way he wore a turban to be a religious requirement for the prayer, then this should have been spelled out by him himself. And we know that there's not a single directive in which he has said this. In fact, we know that he dressed up, and at times he did not even wear the turban when he prayed. So it is very clear that wearing the turban or covering the head during the prayer is not at all a religious requirement, and people should do well by getting themselves informed of this. And our own imams and our own prayer leaders should also not be very, very vehement in this, because they know very well that this is absolutely not a requirement of praying, that men should cover their heads. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات.